What's going on, everybody? I am your host and Officer Orange Leader 398, and welcome to the VTI Legends Corner. Now, today I'm going to be starting off a brand new series. It's going to be a Let's Play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes series, where I'm going to be kind of teaching you how to play if you've never played before, such as like your fastest way to leveling up, the best way to get gear, the best way to use your resources, things like that, as well as like how to do events, how to get certain characters, all the ins and outs of the basic game, as well as maybe those of you who are more that mid-game, kind of guiding you on your way towards figuring out how to bridge that gap into the late game. So, I am starting up a relatively new game here. I did go ahead and skip the tutorial here, just for the fact that when I wanted to do this, the tutorial, it's pretty basic. It kind of shows you the bare minimum. So if you've never played before, definitely a great tool here. Let's go with Streamer Orange here. And we'll be done with that. Alright. So, in the intro of the game here, you are introduced to the basic concept. You get things called data cards, which they kind of have floating around here. And they end up giving you 2 characters, and they give you some free crystals to buy another pack, which gives you a 3rd character. And those characters that they give you are going to be Anakin, or I should say Jedi Knight Anakin, Ahsoka Tano, and they give you, through the pack that you buy, Obi-Wan Kenobi, also known as Old Ben. Now, I've done the first battle. I've obtained what is called a training droid. And now the game is having me go ahead and apply said training droid. Now, training droids are going to be the backbone of leveling up your characters. Characters are able to be leveled up to whatever level you as a player are at. The maximum level, the ceiling of it, is level 85. So as a player, you can reach level 85, and that's where it will cap your level. So eventually, I'm going to have Ahsoka Tano here. Once I reach level 85, I'll be able to level her up to level 85 with the help of training droids. So, the easiest way to do it is definitely to just use the plus button down here on this bar, which shows you what level it can reach. So that droid, because I am level 2, it can only help Ahsoka Tano get to level 2 as well. Now, do note that with each time you do use a training droid to level up, it is going to cost you some credits. You start the game out with a relatively small amount of credits, but not to worry, we will eventually work on getting more. You probably won't have to really worry about a credit crisis until you kind of start getting towards that mid-game when mods start to become a thing. But we will get to that later. Now, at the beginning of the game here, it's kind of taking you through a little quest line where it's telling you, hey, kind of the basics of how to play this game. You do a battle, which we are going to have our 3 Jedi characters who are all light side. That'll be important in a little bit. But we're going to go along the light side table, and we are going to go ahead and do this battle. Now, it's teaching us a little bit something about speed. So their speed is basically how they take their turns and how many turns they get to take in a game. It's indicated by the blue marker below their health, which is the green. So we'll go ahead. As you notice, there are 3 waves here. So we are going to have to battle through all 3 waves in order to get the rewards. So that's wave 1. Go ahead, hit them with the area of effect, also known as the AoE attack. And we're into the final encounter. And usually the final encounter is going to have a boss character, or sometimes they will be called elite. They're going to be a little tougher. So that one did about half health there. I'm going to have these both Ahsoka and Old Ben attack another one. Oh, nope. You there. My Old Ben's a little faster than Anakin. But as you can tell by their health bars, the elite one didn't take nearly as much damage as the snowtrooper here. Even though they're both snowtroopers, because this one's elite, it is a little bulkier and tankier. So as you go through future levels and you start to try and underdog some teams, you know, try and save some money, some credits, you'll have to really strategize and worry about that. Now the 3 stars is pretty nice. We will get to that here in a little bit as well. But as our rewards, we got 2 more training droids, 190 credits, we got 21 XP, which did help us get to level 3. And we got 1 crystal. And then for the quest, we got another 50 credits. I'm assuming they're going to have us use those 50 credits. Ooh, free character level 4. Alright. So, apparently along the way we have found a piece of gear. So what that is you have gear levels. And we got more gear for adding gear. So, what those pieces of gear do is they add stuff to your stats. So your strength, agility, tactics, all that stuff. What that does is, as that is increased by the gear, that increases your base attributes, which then get put into your other abilities. So some of them might help increase your speed. Some of them might help increase your health or your health steal, tenacity. They're going to do different things for you. So I'm going to go ahead and equip these 2. We did get some more that came along. So I'm going to equip those as well. And on the bottom of the character here, you see currently Ahsoka Tano's gear level 1. So she's at the basic. As soon as I can find 2 of these Lorinar power cells, I will be able to take her to gear 2. Which once you have the gear equipped, it's free. Kind of. But I did get some training droids, so I'm going to try and keep up with keeping my characters trained. Let's go ahead, just get him to level 3, because Anakin is going to be our main damage dealer of the team. I am able to do a piece of gear here. What do I have for Old Ben? He's not leveled up yet. So without him being level 2, he cannot use that gear. Which is okay. So, alright. Now, these quests are going to be your way to really start to open the game. By doing these different quests, you're going to be able to get different things, different items to kind of help you out and progress. So we will go ahead and continue the quest line here. So we now have to do battle 1C at Hoth. Our enemies are level 2s. So it's probably a good thing we upped Anakin a little bit here. Gave Ahsoka some gear. Because Ahsoka in the group, she's going to be the main healer for this little trio right here. And Old Ben is more of our tank. Ooh, big hit. Alright, they're going to do an area of effect. That's fine, and boom. Ability blocks. Those are great. So, in battle, they kind of do this a little bit in the tutorial and show you, but you are able to click and hold and look and see what is affecting your unit. Anything that is green is a positive benefit, such as Old Ben has potency up, increased chance to apply detrimental effects. Those detrimental effects can be seen right here. The Snowtrooper has some red icons which are negatively affecting him. It has on ability block, which means special abilities are unusable, such as our AoE or their AoE, where they shoot everyone. That is currently blocked for that next turn. And also, he's going to have offense down, which is negative 50% of its offense. So it's going to do a lot less damage. So, that's always helpful. Because later on in the game, the helpful and the detrimental effects are very necessary. Because how you apply them, when you apply them, can be game changing. Ooh, that one's a Snowtrooper commander who can heal himself. But thankfully, with a level 3 Anakin, it is no problem whatsoever. And we got some quest stuff on the side done. We got a lot more gear. As you can notice, they're giving us a very generous amount of some early on gear. Part of that comes with a update they did not too long ago, where they basically doubled the output of gear that you can get from doing the missions and stuff. So on the light side battles here. Now let's go ahead and take a little step back and just kind of close out this first session with talking about what we see here in our HUD, or our heads-up display. Now, one of the big things to see is you have this thing called Collection. It has a picture of a couple of soldiers and an X-Wing. This is going to be your main hub to kind of check out, okay, my characters, who I have. It's here that you can go in, click a character, and equip a piece of gear. You can also either just go back and click on someone specific. So once you kind of get a bigger roster and you have to scroll down, you then click on the next unit. Or if you have a small roster like you do early on, if you want to just go to the next one, there's these little arrows down here where you can just keep going over and over. Be like, oh yeah, Coruscant Underworld Police. Don't focus on him. But those are examples of just kind of how to use that menu. Eventually, when you get further on, you'll have access to squads, ships, journey guide, datacrons. But we'll get to those in a later video. Next, you're going to have something called an inbox. Now, an inbox is important because there's things that you're going to get. So, for example, for starting a new game, you get 2 Darth Vader shards. So, out of the 80 you need to unlock him in order to use him, I currently will now have 2, and I'll get 200 crystals, which is super helpful. As you kind of progress in the game, you're going to unlock something called a daily rewards, where every time you log in, There's a little calendar. You can collect rewards from it. Very helpful. That is also in your inbox under the daily login rewards. Have not unlocked that yet. Now, you will have access to the light side battles, which are currently what I have been doing. There is a normal side, and then once you complete an entire branch of the normal, you unlock the hard side. Next, you're going to have the store tab here, which is where, if you do wish so, you can buy different things, whether with actual currency or crystals. I'll talk about crystals in a different video, but do make sure that when you can, if you can, you grab this free Bronzium data pack. You can get it 5 times a day. I believe it's like every 10 minutes, up to 5 times, you can get a free one. And anytime you get an item, you get 2 of them. And if you have enough of what are called ally points, which we'll talk about later, you can always buy some more. As you can see, it does say the next free one is in 9 minutes and 30 some seconds. So, now the last thing that you have access to very early on in the game, because all these other things are locked, and we'll get to them, is the objectives. Now, once you hit a high enough level, this is going to become very important. But this, for now, is where you're going to keep going to progress, to get your small rewards, to get extra pieces of gear that can be used for characters, and to help you step up your game to level up early on. And that is it for now. So, thank you guys for coming out and checking out this video. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more here on the next coming videos, so make sure to check that out. This is just a very, very beginning one. And I'm going to be doing a running series of this. This is, like I said, our next ones are going to be probably the quickest way level 85, because we're going to be unlocking a lot of that stuff here shortly. And then we're going to start looking at different teams you can start to unlock as you go through the light side battles. And we haven't even touched the dark side characters yet, because level 4, we're getting a free character, and if I'm not mistaken, that's probably going to be a dark side character, so we can start doing those battles as well. So, make sure you tune in for that next video. Always check me out, Orange Leader 398. I appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure that you watch each other's backs and enjoy life. It's a lot of fun if you live it the right way. Peace.